Hello, hello, hello. I'm back. Yes, I was on vacation and now I'm back, energized, charged, and ready to share. I'm Olivia S. Benson, and the S matters because if not, you'd be talking about Olivia Benson from Law and Order. But I am Olivia S. Benson, and I am the author of this lovely pink book. It's called For the Love of My Father. And if you're new here, welcome. Thank you for showing up. And what I do here is talk about overcoming daddy issues, how you can heal from growing up with or without a father, growing up with an absent father. So if you're new, again, welcome. And if you are returning, thank you for continuing to come back, for supporting the channel. And at the same time, I'd like to say, I hope that the content that I'm sharing is helpful to you because it's very important to me and my mission. I don't know if for those of you that are here often, maybe you already know, I have a website. The website is oliviasbenson.com, and I'm on Facebook, I'm on Instagram, I'm on YouTube, on LinkedIn, on TikTok. All of my information is available all over the place. Today, what I want to talk about is Father's Day. I've actually written a couple of articles, and I even wrote a poem about my feelings about Father's Day. And it's important to talk about because for some people, it is an important day. By the way, it is stormy. I'm not sure if you'll be able to hear the thunder and lightning and everything that's going on around here, but there's a pretty significant storm going on. But of course, the course must go on. Everything must go on. So we're, proceeding with the recording. If it's raining and if you hear lightning, it's just what it is. In any event, Father's Day is difficult for some people. By the way, if you are one of those amazing dads out there that, you work, you take care of your family, you're involved with them, and some of you, if you haven't seen it already, there will be a video showing a lot of dads who are involved with their daughters and involved with combing their daughter's hair and all kinds of different things. So if you are one of those amazing dads, happy Father's Day. We are so happy because, to be honest, the trend to me seems to be becoming that men are becoming better and better fathers, and that's exciting. So for Father's Day and for those fathers, happy Father's Day. Now, at the same time, there are those of us who, as women, or men for that matter, boys who had absent fathers, but as you guys know, and if you don't, I'm telling you, there are quite a few of us women who have not enjoyed having an amazing dad, a dad who was even by minimum standards just present. And so for many of us that find ourselves in that position, it can be difficult to go through Father's Day, particularly if you haven't healed your issues with your father. And if you know my work, what I say is that the whole key to you getting better and to living your best life and all those kinds of things is that ultimately, from my experience, no one has to do anything that they don't want to do, but my experience has taught me that forgiveness was the key. And if you haven't been to my website, this is one of my cups. It says forgiveness, a pill to take like your life depends on it. And that I found to be true for myself. So for this Father's Day, I've written a couple of articles and a poem. And one of the articles is titled, How I Learned to Feel About Father's Day, because it's uncomfortable. If you had a dad like I had, he wasn't present whether it was because he was actually in the home but he wasn't engaged, or he made himself unavailable voluntarily, involuntarily. There are a number of different circumstances. I even spoke to someone once who felt that her father's absence, even though it was caused by the fact that he passed away, she still felt that his absence was an issue for her in her life, and she took it in kind of a personal way. So whatever the circumstances that have led to your father being absent, Father's Day can be a bit difficult. And in my life, I eventually realized, I said, you know what, you can't live like this. You can't be continuously bitter and angry and all the things that come when you feel that you haven't gotten what you thought you should have gotten. That dad didn't show up for you in the way that you thought he should have shown up, and all the different things that we feel when we have been subject to these circumstances. So I wrote this article to help you, and it is a gift for those who choose to go read the article, so that it can help you to look at this in a different way, so that every year Father's Day won't be a thing. And when I say a thing, I mean a negative thing, where you feel like, yeah, right, whatever, I didn't have a dad and who cares, and all the different emotions that can come up when we feel a certain way about our dad. Ultimately, and I speak about it all the time, I had to learn to forgive my dad for whatever his transgressions were, whatever his failures were, for his absences. And there's some stories that I tell in the article about some of the things that happened, or some of the things that he did. But in the end, it was all about me. Even if my dad had decided that he wanted to make it up to me, the work that I needed to do to heal myself was all mine. And in the end, the things that he did that caused me to become the person that I am today, even though they were difficult and unpleasant and ugly, I have to say that I say this in the book, I would not change my experience for anything, because as one of my teachers, Edwin Gaines, says, that experience made me the being that I am today, and the compassionate being that I am today, because I learned not only to have compassion for myself, but to have compassion for my father. And the experiences made me the kind of being that would allow me to forgive him and not just think about myself, but be able to think about him and how he must have suffered to become the person that he did become. I often talk, and if you've heard one of my videos before, you've heard me say that, and there's also another video we're going to post where I did an interview with Dr. Herbert Harris, and in that video, the entire thing is available on YouTube. We'll post a clip for Father's Day. But in that video, and in other things that I've said and written, I say, I have great compassion for my father, and I really feel like that he missed out. He missed out because he didn't get to know this seed of his, right? I am his seed, and he didn't even get to know me. And I think I'm funny, and I think he would have enjoyed my sense of humor, but he never had an opportunity to enjoy that and to enjoy all the different things. But it takes some work, and it takes some time to get to the point where you heal yourself, and you heal yourself to such an extent that you're able to have compassion. And another one of my teachers, who is Louise Hay, these, by the way, are all teachers that taught me via book. These are not people that I actually met, but I feel like I had a personal relationship with them, and I feel that they helped me on my journey. But in any event, Louise Hay always said, she's passed on now, she always said that you have to be able to see your father as the little boy that came into the world. He was pure, innocent, light, everything that comes from the invisible as a baby into the visible, that's what he was. And that invariably something happened to make him the person that he became and allow him, or you could say forced him, you can say made him the person that behaved the way that he did, so that some part of him sort of broke away and made him feel disconnected from the children that he brought into the world. And that's a very, very big deal for a human, whether it's a mom or a dad, but let's just stick with dads, for a human to bring another being into the world and somehow feel so disconnected that they can't care for them, they can't protect them, they can't love them. That means something very serious happened, because that is not how the universe creates us. Something must have gone wrong. And it's very helpful for us to understand this when we're going through our forgiveness process. I always say, listen, I'm not making excuses, because there's always an explanation and a reason. It's no excuse for what your dad might have done or not done. But the fact is that there's something behind it, and that may help you to see this entire situation differently. And if it does, you should use it. You should take it into account. Now, I'm always concerned about the dads, because, aside from those wonderful, and there are many, I have a lot of friends, I have family members who are amazing dads, and I have friends who have amazing dads, so I know there are a lot of them. But I always want to make sure that I talk to those dads who are watching, who are or were the absent fathers. And so also for Father's Day, I have a gift for them, and that is a gift of an article that I wrote, and it's called Notes to an Absent Father. And it basically tells them what I believe, based on my experience, that really would work for them and would work for their daughter. If you have been that dad that's been absent and you're wringing your hands, you really don't know what to do, because now you've realized I have that article. It gives you some insight, and I'm offering it to you. I also wrote a poem. All of these, the articles and the poem and everything's going to be on YouTube and Facebook and TikTok and everywhere, because I want to be there for you for Father's Day, because I know what it's been like over the years before I was able to put this all together, to sort of like be lost on Father's Day. I mean, like, what do you do if you've never had a relationship with your dad? You don't even know where he is. You don't know anything. What do you do? And these articles are intended to help you, and so is the poem. There are a couple of things. Of course, there's the book, which is For the Love of My Father, which is basically, there's lightning and thunder. I hope you heard it, because it's exciting. But For the Love of My Father, which is available on Amazon, and it's basically my account of how I was able to overcome the challenge of growing up without my father from a spiritual perspective. My website is oliviasbenson.com, and I have a number of products. And as I mentioned, this is one of the cups, because this is the key. Forgiveness, a pill to take like your life depends on it. I cannot even tell you how true this has been for me. So I'd like you to go to the website. I'd like you to check me out on Facebook. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed before. Read what I've posted on YouTube and what will be posted on the website as well. So I'm back, I'm energized, I'm ready to move forward, and I look forward to speaking to you again. And I hope that everything we've put together for Father's Day will be helpful to you. Until next time, I am Olivia. Take care. Bye. Love you guys.